Hi students, once again I am welcome you to online class. Today I am going to teach science lesson number 4, sorting materials into groups. Last two lessons we already learned about the different types of food items and different types of clothes materials. Like that, different types of materials are around us. We can see so many materials around us, so many materials, objects around us. If we are naming about that, different types of vehicles are there, different utensils are there in our house, different types of cupboards are there, wooden cupboards are there, metal cupboards are there, like that, so many things are there. So that objects are made up of different types of materials. Same type of materials are using to make one object, and one object is made up of different types of materials also. For example, in our kitchen, different types of plates are there. Glass plates are there, metal plates are there, brass, for example, brass plate, steel plates, like that, different types of plates, plastic plates, different types of plates are there. So, one object is made up of different types of materials, and different types of materials are using to make one object. For example, chair, plastic chair is there, iron chair is there, wooden chair is there, like that, different types of materials we can see. Here, these objects making that different materials, how it is selecting depends on their usage. For example, glass tumbler. We are not making glass tumbler with a piece of cloth because clothes cannot hold the water. So glass tumbler, glass is made up of metal or glass materials, steel or brass, etc. Or in kitchen we can see different types of utensils are there, cooking vessels are there. These cooking vessels are made up of steel or iron. It is not made up of paper or cloth because it burned. That's why depends on the usages of the objects, the materials are selected. Here that materials are some properties. There are some properties of materials. Here first one is talking about appearance. Here appearance. How these materials are seen, appearing. तो कैसा दिखता है, that is appearance. Rough, smooth and lustrous is the part of appearance. Rough means it is not smooth. For example, stone is there, some wooden materials are there, that is rough. Then smooth materials, it is touching, by touching we feel smoothness, smooth. Here for example, this is aluminum foil paper, this is smooth. This way smooth materials are there. Then next one, lustrous. Lustrous is, the meaning of lustrous is shining properly. Generally metals are shine properly, but some metals seem dull because of the moisture and air is contact with this metal. That's why it loses its shining, it loses its luster, it seems dull. For example, here one small knife is with me. See, it is dull, it seems dull. When we scratch with this knife, this is sandpaper, this is rough. This is rough, example of rough surface with sandpaper is there. If we rub this knife with the sandpaper, Now, see the surface. It shines. It shines. This way, metals are shines. Freshly cutted part seems shines properly. Next, come to the point, hardness and softness. There are so many hard materials are there. Which are the hard materials? Hard materials mean it cannot be compressed. It cannot be compressed. That is known as hard materials. Example, metals, glass, etc. are. Then next one is softness. Softness means that object can be compressed. It can compress easily. That is example, sponge, soft ball, etc. are the examples of softness, soft materials. Next property is float. Float means remains on water. It does not goes under the water. It remains on the water. That property is known as float. Here, for example, I put one sponge. This is not sponge, this is thermocol. Thermocol, it remains on water. See, leaves, dry leaves and green leaf also I put. This not goes under the water. It floats on water. This is also another property of the material. And here, one piece of wax is here. Wax is also not sink in water. It is also float on water. Next property is sink. Sink means the object which goes under the water. That is sink. Here example, I put one coin in the water and some stones. It sinks inside in the water. It goes under the water. This property is sink. Next property of material is transparency. Transparency is three parts are there for transparency. First one is cannot see through it. The objects which cannot see through it, that means the light is not passing through it. Such type of objects are called opaque objects. Here one glass, steel glass is there. I put one chalk piece inside. Can you able to see the chalk, what I put inside? No, you cannot see. That means this is opaque. We cannot see through it. Light do not pass through it. Such type of objects are called opaque objects. Wooden cupboard, wooden door, or all type of metals are the examples of opaque objects. Next one, can see through it. That is transparent. We can see through it. For example, here one glass. We can see through it. Students, can you able to see me through this glass? Yes, you can see. This type of objects are called transparent objects. That same chalk I used to show you the opaque material. I am using that same chalk. I put one chalk piece in the glass. Can you able to see what I put inside? Yes, you can see. You can say the answer. This one chalk piece is there. We can see this. That is because of the transparency. This is transparent objects. Glass. All type of glass are transparent objects. Next one, can see through partially. Partially means we cannot see it clearly. Clearly it is not visible. That type of objects are called translucent objects. Translucent. Here that same chalk piece I am putting inside. See, this is translucent. We can make out that something is inside, but we cannot say clearly what is there inside. It is see partially, it is not clearly visible. Such type of objects are known as translucent objects. Next, saying about other property, soluble. Soluble means dissolve in water. Some objects are there, it dissolve in water, it fully disappear. When we mix it with water, it completely disappear in the water. That is known as soluble. For example, for solubility, soluble means mixed with water. For example, I put some sugar in the water. Can you able to see sugar is there in the water? I am stirring it, I am mixing it with water. Slowly it disappears. Slowly it disappears in the water. That is known as soluble. For example, sugar, salt, or gases are also there. Oxygen gas is dissolved in the water. The aquatic animals, fishes like that, aquatic animals are using that oxygen, dissolved oxygen in the water. See. This sugar is completely disappear in the water. That means the example of soluble substance is sugar, salt, etc. Next one, next property is insoluble. Insoluble means the substance which are not dissolved in water. It is not dissolving in water. Whatever we are putting in and make it stir, it never dissolves in water. That is, for example, some iron dust in the water. See, it never get mixed with water, it never dissolve in water. This is the insoluble. Iron dust is the example of insoluble substance. Next, one more example. Here I put some chalk powder in the water, stir well. First it looks like dissolving, but it never dissolve in water. After a little while, this powder will settle down and clear water is visible. The chalk dust is never dissolved in water. Other examples are sawdust are there, sand, soil, etc. are never dissolved in water. Children, do you understand what I taught today? The properties of materials. We are selecting the objects. Where these different types of materials are using to prepare the objects. What is the need of this sorting? Sorting means grouping. When we go to the store, we can see that their biscuits are arranged in one corner and the grains and pulses are arranged in different corner. That's why the shopkeeper can find out the substances easily. They are sorting the materials in different places, or they are keeping the sweets and the chocolates and everything in the bottle, transparent bottle. Why they are keeping the in the transparent bottle? Because this customer can see these materials easily and they can buy it. So that they are using transparent bottle there. These are the advantages of grouping the materials or sorting the materials. I hope you understand all this today's lesson. Let's see next lesson. Thank you.